Have you ever wished for one more chance, one more conversation, one more I love you with someone you lost? Today's emotional story, The Last Phone Call, will take you through love, regret, distance, and the final message that changed a son's life forever. This story is simple, powerful, and perfect for improving your English listening and speaking skills. Now, let's begin.
David was a 27-year-old man living in a big, busy city. He worked long hours, chased deadlines, and tried to build a successful life. But in this journey, he slowly drifted away from someone very important, his father. David's mother had passed away when he was 15, and after that his father raised him alone. But life wasn't easy. His father worked 2 jobs, cooked, cleaned, and tried to be both mother and father. When David grew older, he left home to study. He stopped visiting often, he stopped calling, and little by little, the strong bond between father and son began to fade. His father still called every Sunday. Sometimes David answered, sometimes he didn't. But his father never complained. He always said the same thing. "Take care of yourself, son. Don't forget to eat." Simple words, but full of love. One week, David was especially busy. He had a big project, a big meeting, a big opportunity. His phone rang. Dad calling. David looked at it and sighed. "Not now, Dad. I'll call later." He declined the call. Later, his father called again. David ignored it again. By the end of the week, David had 12 missed calls from his father. Instead of calling back, he said to himself, "I'll talk to him on Sunday. He knows I'm busy." But Sunday came, and before David could call, he received a message from his aunt. "David, your father is in the hospital. It's serious. Come quickly." The world around him stopped. David rushed to the bus station, then to the train, then finally to the hospital in his small hometown. When he arrived, his father was already in a quiet room, eyes closed, breathing slowly, medical tubes everywhere. The doctor said softly, "He had a heart attack. He's weak, but he's fighting." David held his father's hand and whispered, "Dad, I'm here. I'm so sorry. I should have answered your calls." His father's eyes slowly opened. A small smile appeared. "It's okay, son. I just wanted to hear your voice." A tear rolled down David's face. That night, David stayed by his father's bedside. He remembered childhood memories. The first time his father taught him to ride a bicycle. The nights his father stayed awake when he had a fever. The day he cried when David left for college, even though he tried to hide it. At 2 a.m., his father suddenly whispered, "David, I have one last request." David leaned in. "Anything, Dad." His father slowly reached under his pillow. He pulled out an old mobile phone. Its screen was cracked. The buttons were worn out. "There's a message in this phone. A voice message. I recorded it last week when you didn't answer. Listen to it. But not now. Listen when you're ready." David nodded, tears flowing. His father smiled one last time. "I love you, son." Those were his final words. By morning, his father was gone. After the funeral, David returned to his small childhood home. It was full of memories. Photos, books, old clothes, his mother's flowers. He sat on the bed and held his father's phone. His hands trembled. He pressed play. The voice message began. "Hey, David. It's Dad. I know you're busy. You always are. And that's okay." His father's voice cracked a little. "I just wanted to say, I'm proud of you. I may not say it often, but I am." David covered his mouth. Tears fell like rain. "I know you're building your life. I know you work hard. But remember, you don't have to do everything alone. You still have a father. If you ever feel tired or lost or sad, come home. There will always be a light on for you." David started shaking. He paused the message, cried, then continued. "I called today because I just wanted to hear your voice. Just for a minute." A soft laugh. "Anyway, eat well, sleep well, and be kind. Don't forget, son, even if the whole world stands against you, you will always have my love." David sat silently. His heart was heavy, but something had changed. He realized that success meant nothing if you forget the people who love you. He looked around the house, the photos, the memories, the warmth. He decided he would no longer run from his past. He wouldn't ignore love anymore. David stayed in his hometown for a few days. He met neighbors, helped his aunt, visited old friends. He cleaned his father's workshop. He found the old bike his father taught him to ride. Every corner held a memory. Every memory held a lesson. Before leaving town, David stood in front of his father's grave. He placed the old phone on top of the stone and whispered, "Dad, thank you for the last phone call. Thank you for loving me, even when I forgot to love you back. I promise I will live differently now." He closed his eyes. A gentle wind passed. It felt warm, like a father's hand on his son's shoulder. Sometimes we realize someone's value too late. Sometimes we forget the people who gave us everything. But love, true love, never disappears. If there's someone you miss, someone you haven't called in a long time, call them today. Life is short. Words are powerful. And sometimes, one phone call can change everything. Thank you for listening. If you want more emotional stories to improve your English fluency, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.